Hello, everyone. This is Hour 357. I was just given a job offer I couldn't refuse. It's a year-long trip to Japan. Where is this place, you ask? It's at 765 Production Ltd. Tokyo Otaku Yaguchi 21765 Restaurant Building, 4th floor. I'll be working for them for 1 year, managing a trio of idols. And the plane leaves in 5 minutes. I gotta run. I hope there's peanuts on this trip. Might as well check the docket. Is that my logo in the ocean, or are we just flying around it just because it's the current jet stream? I need a better in-flight movie.
Idolmaster はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Hello, everyone. Before we begin the project properly, I have to do some things first. You see, I have to explain a couple things to you guys because it's kind of important. You see, there's this whole thing I gotta go over because, well, stuff. Stuff and things, things and stuff. Yeah, that's right. I gotta make sure we have everything down pat. Down bat. Man, I am really with it. At the top of the screen, you are going to see an actual status bar. Item 1 will be the week we're on. I have 55 weeks to achieve the goal. We start in green, and as we work our way through, it'll slowly become red. When it gets all the way to 55, we are done. If we have not completed everything we have yet to do, we are out of here. And we'll have failed our mission. So that's the most important thing to notice. After that, we'll go through the day. We'll have a morning event. If planned, it'll pop up here. If not, it'll just breeze right through, and we'll go into morning communication. If anything does happen before we get into work, though, it'll be mentioned there. After that is the morning event. If there's a planned greeting beforehand, well, after week 4, we'll be saying good morning to our idols. So we'll go through that. There's an event with that. I'll explain when we get to it. After that, we go into anything after the morning greeting. As in, we might do something before we actually do anything else, like an event, like picking a song, changing leader, talking to someone. If there's an event there, it will pop up, be right in that slot. The 5th slot, the schedule slot, it's going to be the meat and potatoes. You're going to want to watch this. This is the one that you're going to want to see. We'll pick the week's events, and then we'll go do them. It might be an audition, it might be a live, it might be a talking event. It'll probably be a lot of talking events, to be honest, because I will do a lot of communications. If they pop up, if there's a restriction, it'll pop up there, like say a certain festival if I have to attend to it. Slot 6 is the after work event. After we go to work and come back, we might get an event before you get into the office. If we do, it'll pop up right there. And that will go into the evening communication. Evening communication happens, and there's a little mini game there. If there's no evening event, it'll say none, and we'll skip over it. After that, we'll get the last section of the time bar, the after evening communication. This could be when we're coming home from work, and we might talk to the leader, or we might bump into an idol. If it happens there. And then we got song notes. Sometimes we'll have an info on a song, like we'll be able to pick a new song starting this week, or it's going to release. If that happens, it will pop up in that slot. And that is anything extra, like say if we have a sale or if there's anything special, it'll pop up in that chat box right there. Part 11 is kind of an important notice. It's the amount of time we have until the next big festival. When that clock hits 0, we have an event. And we have to do it. There's no getting around it. There's no skipping it. We have to go. I must go. Part 12 is the amount of time we have until the next storyline goal. We'll have 2 goals throughout the project. We had to complete those goals before we hit the 2 points. If we do not achieve them by that point, bad things happen. We don't want bad things to happen, so we're going to aim to not let those things happen. Now, the game's going to be in the middle where all this text is that I just kind of read and talked around. And at the bottom, there's 2 more blocks. 13 and 14 are underlined with each other. They're the translation for who is speaking and what the translation is. Idols will have their image color if they have a speaking line. Like Shihai will be blue, Miki will be green, etc. It is their actual image color that I got the actual code for and I'm using. It's not that hard to do in Vegas. Shut up. So, besides that, the president of the company will use the 765 Pro's lilac color, which is the current color that the company's using. It wasn't set to that color specifically in Idolmaster 2. It was using a prior version, but this is the most recent version. And I'll be using a silvery color because it's not one of the character colors and it's a safe color I can use, so I don't look like I'm talking as someone else. If you are colorblind or unable to see the colors, that's why I still include the names so you can still see them, but you'll be able to see the text. I do not use pure black. I will not use pure black. If I use pure black, there will be an outline in white, so it will stand out. I am not going to hide things from you guys. So that's all I had to say for that. And with the introduction of the screen for this project out of the way, it's time to begin. As I've already discussed and said, this is going to be Idolmaster 2. I'm not even going to do my intro. I've already done my intro. We're going in live and hot. We're loading the game as we speak. There's a whole reason why I did that, and you'll find out later on. Well, we've seen this game on this channel twice, and well, let's bring some interest to this game, shall we? Especially because it really didn't get... It got noticed, but it didn't get mentioned. No one could think of what the game was, so... We'll be playing the Idolmaster 2. This will be hopefully a true end run. I can only say hopefully because anything could happen. This is one of those games. I am going to start the game, but I'm going to let the intro play. And there's a little bit with the intro, and it will explain a lot of stuff, so... Will my new boss take it away?
Oi! そこでこっちを見ている君。そうそう、君だよ、君。な、こっちへ来なさい。君、確か我がナムコプロに入社予定の新人敏腕プロデューサー君だね。いやいや、隠してもわかるよ。そのいい面構えでピンときた。新人なのに敏腕。それこそまさに君だ。ここだけの話。我が社は今才能はあるものの人気が今一つのアイドルたちを大勢抱えていてね、彼女らをトップアイドルに導いてくれるプロデューサーを大募集中なのだよ。では早速紹介しよう。我がナムコプロに所属するアイドルはこの子たちだ。 どうだ、みんな素晴らしいダイヤの原石だろう。彼女たちも君のプロデュースを心待ちにしている。まあとにかくまずは入社してからということで、さあ事務所へ入ってみんな君を待っているぞ。
Hopefully my new boss gave you a good rundown. President Takagi's pretty good at that. But yeah, we'll be producing one of the 9 girls for 55 weeks, trying to get them very popular. I'll explain what that means in a few, but first I gotta go over the main menu. Well, here we have produce mode. Where if I hit the wrong button, I'll go out into the... Okay, back in. Hey. Go me! It's only the first day. Produce mode, we got play now and producer's report. The producer's report has stats like the total amount of fans, total amount of CD sales, how many times I got perfect clear, and a whole lot of other stuff, including my best score, just 61,743 points. And you see my total times that I played through this game is 6, will be our 7th run. My level is 7, I have a silver card. You can see how long I put into this game already. Here's how many times I've gotten the Academy Awards at the bottom. And I believe above that, I forget what that is offhand, but to be honest, I don't spend any time on that screen. This is the most important screen for me. How many times I've worked with each girl. By determining this, you can tell I'm not going to use Hibiki, because I'm going to let her catch up. Well, then I'll just catch up to her. Miki's definitely in the party already. And, well, from there we'll determine what to do after. But yeah, it just gives you info on your playthrough. This game is New Game Plus heavy. In fact, it's so New Game Plus heavy that I'm going to be doing a New Game Plus run because that's the best way to do it. It's after you collected a bunch of stuff and you're trying to get to True End. You're not going to get True End on your first run. That's almost impossible. Here's the extra mode. It's in the PS3 version. It has all new stuff like the other 4 idols that we'll be meeting later. How you score and our percentage. Right after that, we got the lovely Stage for You mode. Stage for You is the free play mode. You can choose any idol set and you can perform any song. When I say any idol set, I mean any of the 765 idols can appear here. There's also extra idols you can play as, but we won't go into that for now. We'll save that for another day. We got a lot to go over anyway. The next stop is the 765 shop catalog, which I could download catalogs if I really want to, or I could buy from them. There's only one problem. You know what that problem is? Yeah, I gotta laugh. It's an American account, and you can't buy Japanese DLC on America, so yeah, can't do that. I'll see you back in the game. Alright, after that little thing, we got the albums, which is gonna be our videos and photos that we've taken from prior runs. We also got a leaderboard, which doesn't work in the American version, if I remember correctly. And we got the options menu, where we can turn on and off autosave, skip the stage performances, deal with appeals, burst appeals, vocals, music, and speech. I can have them automatically do things. I'm gonna not mess with these for now. They're fine as they are. Here's the attire settings. I can change the summer, winter, swimsuit, school lesson outfits, as well as other things. I'm not gonna fiddle with that. And I can recalibrate if I really want to. I didn't want to. Let me out! I need to get out of the menu and the button and the Okay, can I get out? Yeah, thank you. Thank you for letting me out. Yeah, there's some wonk, but there isn't that much. And I'm gonna start a new file because this game deletes your save data at the end of each run and you start a new run. We can go with normal or hyper. I won't explain the differences yet, just note that it's the same game, just different festivals may pop up, and the goals are harder on Hyper. But all things change on Hyper. From today on, my new life is finally beginning. As a producer, I'm quickly going to work. Well, the office is here. Hmm? Who's that girl with a broom standing there in the middle of the walkway? Is that a volunteer or a child? I'm impressed. Hey kid, you forgot your broom. Where'd you go? What are you doing with the broom? And that's not the case. I had to hurry to the office.
よく戻ってきてくれた。ありがとう。すでに分かっていることと思うが、君の仕事は我が社に所属するアイドルたちをプロデュースする。目的は彼女たちを芸能界のトップへと導くことだ。道は険しいと思うが、頑張ってくれ。
Yes, thank you.
いい返事だ。その返事を聞いて、改めて私はピンときた。君は本当に素晴らしい人材だ。今後もぜひ我が事務所の救世主として活躍してほしい。実は今回君に担当してほしいアイドルたちは数ヶ月前のデビュー以来どうもパッとせんのだよ。だから彼女らには若手のすごいプロデューサーを担当につけると伝えてある。みんなとても期待しているからよろしく頼むよ。
Yes.
ではまずプロデュースする女の子を選んでくれたまえ。
Alright, we got lots of options. Let's go through each girl one by one. We'll start with Haruka, because she's right in front of us. Pull in the monitors, let's go. Haruka's the main girl in Idolmaster. She's very cheerful and hardworking, and she is, well, kind of clumsy. Her sweets match her attitude, and she loves to find new recipes and make them or replicate actual cakes that she buys in cake shops. Her family consists of herself, her father, and her mother. And they are also very cheerful like her and value the importance of spending time together. She spreads this value among Zen 6x Pro and is happiest when she can work and sing with her fellow idols. Her ribbons are a standout trademark and have even existed way back in the arcade version. She also has a fan art alter ego called Dark Haruka, or Harukaka. We'll learn more about that later. It's so popular it's even referenced in Puchimas, where her Puchi idol, Haruka-san, it's a small character of Haruka, likes to say Kaka. Trust me, I'm not kidding. It's K-A-K-K-A. He sometimes tends to have a Nanawa look with her eyes and face, which is an inspired meme. In a now defunct PlayStation home, they added a Haruka costume and mask, and a creepy face and bite texture. The mask actually became a meme. Yeah, she's got a lot of spook in her. But she's reliable. She's someone we can rely on if we want to pick her. The next person we're going to look at is Yukio.
しくても辛くても私最後まで頑張ってみせます。よろしくお願いします。
Yukio is a very shy and timid girl. Her family consists of her father, mother, and many of her father's disciples. That doesn't sound good. Her father isn't too happy of his little girl being an idol and will sometimes bully producers out of jealousy. I wonder the last one ran out of town. She loves to drink and make Japanese tea. As in drink and make Japanese tea, not drink something else and make Japanese tea. It's all Japanese tea. As well as write and read poems, but don't expect to read them as she doesn't have the courage to share them with anyone. She is also scared of dogs and boys. Dog thing I could see, but boys is yet to be explained throughout the whole series, though there are some possible fan theories. Maybe one day we'll find out. Anyway, despite her not really having what it takes to be an idol, she was able to successfully win both auditions at 765 Pro because one of her friends submitted a resume about her without permission. She then got the courage and passed through the auditions herself. Good girl. She stuck it out even though she was kind of conned into it. A real trooper. There's a DLC item in Idolmaster 2 that is called the Hagiwara helmet set that looks like a construction helmet. Other than that, no one knows what Yukiko's father does for a living. When stressed, Yukiko often says she's going to dig a hole and bury herself. That's like her Poochie doll would. This is much better than in the initial arcade as Megumi. She would immediately faint when she was stressed. During the arcade's field test, she was also the most popular character to be chosen. She also got new voice actors for this game due to reasons I will not go into, but besides when the two seiyuu sing together and commit double Yukio, her current voice actress also wrote one of her songs called First Step, which is heard in her route. That song has a very special meaning to me now, as that was my first true ending in Idolmaster 2. We'll get into endings later on. The next title we're going to be looking at is Hibiki. Next up is Hibiki, a huge animal lover. I say huge because their animal family includes the following: hamster, snake, chipmunk, parrot, rabbit, cat, alligator, pig, dog, flying squirrel, chicken, and frilled-necked lizard. The Saint Bernard is actually pretty huge for a dog and is actually involved in the anime and has scared the producer a bit in Idolmaster 2 as well. And it has an important role in episode 16, which makes it very special. All our pets' names are kind of common, such as Hebika for snake or Hamuzo for hamster, which is actually just like naming a dog. Her father died when she was young, and money has since been tight. Oh, do I know that feeling? She also gets homesick very easily and is not the brightest idol in terms of sense, as she grew up on Okinawa, so things like magazines and running trains are kinda new to her. Yay for new experiences! Her book smarts don't seem to be much better, dodging when asked about them. However, in Shiny Festa, She actually helped the twins with their homework. Interesting contradiction. She tends to be a crybaby, usually being the only one or one of the first crying dramatic and even comedic scenes. She also tends to lose her pets, but luckily all the idols will help her look for them. Miki was supposed to be the arcade version of Idolmaster with another idol, but was cut beforehand. She worked for another agency called 961 Pro and Idolmaster SP Perfect Sun, and was a rival to Haruka, Makoto, and Yayoi. Tend to use the Okinawan green Haisai. It is usually used by males. Women usually use Haitai. As though I didn't have enough to learn to survive this quest. Next up, we're gonna go. Well, I'll save her for last. We'll go to Makoto.
年は17歳で花も恥じらう乙女座です。趣味はスポーツ全般でダンスが得意なんですけど、父さんの影響で空手も結構得意ですよ。しまった。僕今日はおしとやかに行く予定だったのに空手なんて。僕本当は乙女なんですよ。体力バカでも男の子でもないですからね。とにかく菊池誠、可愛いアイドル目指してバリバリ頑張りますから、よろしくお願いします。
Next up, Tomboy Idol 765 Pro is Makoto Kikuchi, the pretty boy idol and Princess 765 Pro. She has more female fans than male ones and is very popular at her all-girls high school. She is a very energetic, determined, and honest girl and has a very high dance skill. She loves sports too and used to train at an Aikido dojo before joining 765 Pro. Oh boy, Aikido. Her family consists of her mother and her father. Her father is a professional race car driver who wished to have a son and therefore raised Makoto as a boy, leading to her tomboyish demeanor. One of the main reasons why Makoto decided that she wanted to become more feminine was during her freshman year in her all-girls high school. She was appointed to do the Romeo part in a Romeo and Juliet play. As the play was over, the girl who played Juliet clung to Makoto's arm constantly and whispering, "My lovely Romeo, Makoto," as well as kissing her before she left for the day. She does have two big fears, one being bugs, to the point she can't even say the insect's name. And this also happened during the anime's first episode. Trust me, it's related to the Hibiki incident we just mentioned a little bit ago. And the other is claustrophobia from being trapped in an elevator all day. Makoto changed her appearance to make herself look more feminine in Idolmaster 2. A very refreshing change since the arcade version. Father Team Flag actually appears in DLC for Idolmaster 2 and Idolmaster 1 for all. So we do know the name. Next girl we're looking at is Miki herself.
ミキは星井ミキだよ。アイドルデビューして半年で15歳なの。特には顔が可愛いことと胸かな。趣味はおしゃべりで、最近は恋バナがブームって感じ。疲れたからもう終わりでいいよね。ダメ？じゃあしょうがないの。ミキね、割と最近まで頑張るの嫌いだったけど、最近結構頑張ってるんだよ。だからミキのことよろしくなの。
The next character we have is Miki. She's considered a main girl, especially in the Xbox 360 release of Idolmaster 1. She's a visual expert and her skill proves it. Her family consists of Miki's father, a Japanese senator, her mother being a mayor in the neighboring town of where Miki actually lives, and a sister named Now, who is older than her, and very successful, studying college to one day become a high school teacher. Miki tends to be a lazy person, but sometimes she'll do anything in her power to be better than her older sister. Oh, the competitiveness. Miki loves onigiri, especially the ones her mother makes. This trait also passes along to her Puchi idol, Afu. Miki has no shame in her body and kind of likes to brag about it. I guess that's a perk of being a visual queen. She doesn't care how revealing her stage outfit is as long as she shines at the end. She was never in the arcade version of the Idolmaster, but got added in for the console release. And she defects to 961 in the Missing Moon version of the Idolmaster SP, where she is rival to Chihaya, Ritsuko, and Azusa. Well, her parents tell Miki that due to their jobs, Miki doesn't have to worry about her future and can live a relaxed life. And this is one of the reasons why Miki's always so lazy. However, Legends in the first game tells us about an awakened Miki. To achieve this, you need to have produced Miki at least once and see any off-day event before she comes rank D. Then see her rank up promotion for rank D that will set the event. Then you must see her rank C promotion. Week after, Miki will ask if you like short-haired girls. Doing this will reveal Miki is actually a brunette and will drop her lazy states. This will result in her falling in love with the producer and calling him Honey, which we're going to probably hear a little bit. This awakened state is not canon according to SP and completely obliterated with Second Vision. It's mixed into Idolmaster 2, but it's not canon. Miki is awakened in personality already, but her hair stays blonde. In fact, Miki being a brunette has been wiped completely, as since the anime and onward, her eyebrows also have become blonde. Like in Idolmaster 2, where she's a blonde with brunette eyebrow.
Next up, we're going to Takane.
私、新人アイドルの四条高根と申します。今後ともよろしくお願いいたします。私はこの世界のことを何も知らぬ若輩者ですので、いろいろとご迷惑をおかけすると思うのですが、自分に何がなせるのかを見つけるためにも、常に全力で物事にぶつかっていく所存です。もしやこの喋り方が気になられましたか？それはまこと良きことですね。なぜならそれはすでにあなたが私に興味を抱き始めている証拠なのですから。さあ、それでは共に歩んでまいりましょう。あの頂へと。
Next up is Takane. Takane is an interesting person. She is known as the Silver Queen by her fans in the game. Her vocal ability rivals Chihaya and is rumored to surpass it. Note it's only a rumor though. She's very intelligent and hates being alone and is very polite even to her enemies. She's an elegant and majestic girl known as an Oju. Her family being rich and her personality fitting the Yamato Nadeshiko archetype only to a limit. Only to a limit. Her parents adopted her before the series started, and Takane hasn't had contact with her birth parents quite some time. Her adopted parents, although having a good relationship, placed odd restrictions on her at times, such as forbidding her from wearing traditional Japanese clothing, even though they do. Which is one of the reasons why I said to her being a Yamato Nadeshiko to a limit, because properly in Japan, she's not wearing Japanese clothing and being proper in that sense, so it gives you a little bit. She has the personality, but not the actual trait. So it's a hint of it. She also has a younger sister she's not in contact with. Word of God states that her last name before being adopted was Jarnfelt, which is a Scandinavian surname. To be specific, Swedish and Finnish. Takane has a strong passion for music, and the stage is rumored to be for the moon. Let me retry that, because it got a little confusing. Takane has a strong passion for music and the stage. She is rumored to be from the moon. She was the third member of Project Fairy, along with Miki and Hibiki, when she was in 961 and rivaled Ami and Mami, Iori, and Yukio in the Master SP Wandering Star Edition. Takane loves ramen. Loves it. She cleans multiple bowls of ramen throughout the series, including a pile high of bean sprouts on it, and cleans 2 other bowls of it too. She especially loves the broth, and she also likes squishing meat buns until she found out you could eat them. In fact, she's a real foodie. She's cleaned out, like I said, ramen. She's cleaned out a sushi restaurant which is a revolving sushi restaurant, and she just goes ham on it. You just see her stacking plates like a freaking Saiyan from Dragon Ball Z, just dunk, 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 dunk. I think they won a lot of prizes from that one too. She also, even during a movie, has a large bucket of popcorn and just eating fistfuls of it. Takane was like Hibiki though, cut from the arcade version of the Idolmaster, just keeping her... Just do us a favor, keep her snake away from Takane, because Takane has ophidiophobia. So don't get a snake near Takane. She also tends to pop in and out of conversations and is known as a Tsukomi character and will possibly break the fourth wall most often, which means she'll probably talk with you. She is listed as from Kyoto, and during the 2015 interview, former game series director Akihiro Ishihara said she actually is from Kyoto. Before this, it was thought to be the owls guessing for her. She also shares her birthday with her voice actress. Her image songs, when put together, refer to the Kagochu Fugetsu. Wind, flower, bird, moon, that thing. Elements of nature. You might have seen it in Aikatsu Stars and other things. The other thing I have on her for info is that she loves children. Not just playing with, but also watching kids shows.
Next up on our list of characters is Yayoi herself. A very... well, you'll see.
はじめまして、高槻ややい14歳です。新人のアイドルです。何ですか、おとなしさん。声が大きすぎてビデオが壊れそう？すみません。いつもこんな感じで元気いっぱい頑張ってます。お仕事はあんまりないかもですけど。でも私の夢はみんなに元気になってもらえるような素敵なアイドルになることなんです。歌もダンスもまだ下手っぴですけど、これから一生懸命練習します。よろしくお願いします。
Yoi, the 200% energy idol, is now up. Energetic and opportunistic is her biggest trait, so big that she frequently speaks too loud and sometimes can't control herself, as we saw in the earlier video. And she gets hushed or punished by others, especially during school. She hasn't really changed her looks since the arcade, just some details and costume alterations. She's still the same girl you've seen throughout the first game. She's not the brightest out, but knows how to clean and manage housework, and actually cleans the 765 production building. She's also a very good cook, especially as she cooks for her family, her mother, father, and 5 siblings. Yoi's father's unstable occupational status makes her family considered to be poor, so she's very frugal. No wonder she's cleaning the office. She's taking up odd jobs for extra cash. Poor girl. If she feels like she splurged on something useless, even down to just 10 yen, she'll become extremely depressed and will stay in bed for days. She'll also dig through coin slots and vending machines looking for spare change. Yoi has a fear of heights to the point of screaming and crying for help when she's trying to look down at the ground. Oh boy, she's better than I am, at least. Yoi will clean up extra food often, going for seconds and thirds. However, she loves to share food and will feed others before her, including prioritizing her siblings and parents before herself. Again, being a good girl. But she's a growing girl and she probably should eat more. Yoi is unexpectedly good at arm wrestling to the point she can beat the boys in her class. My arms twinge just thinking about that. She also has extremely good eyesight and is good at Othello. Oh good, I have something to play with. Don't forget to give her a high touch every morning for good effect.
Next up on our list is, well, Mommy.
アイドルの金の卵、略して、略しちゃダメなんだっけ。マミだよ。単語の意味と2人一役でアイドルやってたけど、訳あって今はフ フリーダムになったんだ。中学生になって色気とか出たっぽいって噂もあるし、いろいろお買い得なお年頃だから、先に人気が出ちゃってるアミに負けないくらいセクシーなアイドルにしてほしいな。やらやら。
Here comes one of the Tokachi twins! Mommy's the older of the twin of the two. Mommy lives with her parents and her twin sister Ami. Gee, there's no surprise there at all, is there? Yeah. Her mother is sometimes very protective of the twins and can be very unreasonable. On rare occasions, making Ami and Mommy run away from home to the Sun 65 production building to get away. Can you tell in the video which twin is Mommy and which one is the younger sister Ami? It's all in the hair. Mommy has her ponytail to the right. Left is A, right is M. A before M and reading the alphabet from left to right. The other way that you can tell is Mommy is the more mature twin of the two. As found out by Takane. They used to be a 2-for-1 special character, with them trading off of shows. However, for some reason, Mommy doesn't seem to be playable in the main game. Well, Mommy gets to finally perform under her own name. She also grew her hair out, making it easier to tell the two apart. At first, they would play games on the Game Boy Advance system in the arcade, but when the games hit the console market, they kinda stopped because of the console wars. The twins are also known for heavily mispronouncing lyrics, often some of these I can't say. Well, here. Because that'll probably get us into major trouble, that's why they have their Tokachi nickname. Which I say Tokachi because their Pucci idols like to say Toka and Chi.
And finally, the one who got me probably into a lot of these anime and games, Chihaya herself.
はじめまして、如月千早です。年齢は16歳です。歌の道を極めるため、ナムコプロに入りました。目標は歌の世界で頂点に立つこと。そのために必要なら、どんな試練でも乗り越えてみせます。少し硬かったでしょうか。私、笑顔を作ることはあまり得意ではなくて、プロデューサーにはご迷惑をおかけするかもしれませんが、厳しい指導よろしくお願いします。
The last member of our playable cast is Chihaya herself. She's the reason why I got into Idolmaster to begin with, as well as Love Live, Bang Dream, and on and on and on and Ariston. Like really, she's really the one that got me into this. I could write a page about her alone. Since I first heard a remix of her song Mega Autoki, which we might hear later in this project, and listened to more songs from Idolmaster, because my subscription box got covered in Idol anime because of her. Makes sense though that she's very good at singing because she has the highest vocal stat in Idolmaster 2, and out of every character, is the only character to have a 30 in a stat. So she's very good. She's a good character. She does actually have a family too. Her mom and dad are divorced though. And she had a little brother. I won't say more because there's a lot of spoilers to the anime. However, the song that emerged from it, Yakusoku, is amazingly beautiful and will bring tears to your eyes, as well as the voice actresses. If you've ever seen her sing the song live, you'll know that it's a song that it's really a song. It even parodied the anime when the characters were actually on stage behind her. She had her fellow Seiyu behind her to actually cover and help her sing at a point because it's just that beautiful. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. Her long, beautiful blue hair used to actually be black in the arcade version. And she often gets paired with Miki and Haruka a lot, including in the Idolmaster 2 Nemuri Hime manga. which Nemuri Hime is also one of her songs. If you can't say that, you can also say Sleeping Beauty, because that's what it means. And also in the anime where they host Are We Live Sunday and more, and oh, do I have something for that. Chihaya is actually very sensitive and self-conscious about her bust size. You need to also be careful with her because you might just get an unhappy coup, which her Pucci idol also shares with her. But if you really do something mean to her, or if you don't greet her properly, or she has a bad lesson, you're going to suffer what's called the Chihaya spiral. Because her low tension gains and high tension losses, you can kill your run by sinking your tension all the way down to low and stay there for a while. I don't even think a tub of vanilla ice cream can help you at that point, as much as she loves it and can eat it all day. But yeah, she's very good. She's gotten better since the arcade version. She no longer has that spiral, but she's still very good. In fact, even though she's my favorite character, we won't be seeing much of her this run. As the next time I do a run with her, it'll be on the harder difficulty mode. It'll be the last run to get the platinum trophy, so I won't be using her. But you're probably going to want me to do that because she's broken. She's broken. She is literally easy mode. I'll show you why later on a different thing, but yeah. Let's go back to the project.
And with that, everybody's been seen. We're going to pick our leader. I've decided to pick, actually, well, it's no surprise I'm picking her. Because I haven't done a route with Miki, Haruka, or Chihaya's leader. And besides, I was living the Boston accent. We haven't done a route with Miki. Miki has one play. I'm saving the Miki, Haruka, Chihaya combo for last, so let's go. By last, I mean hyper mode.
欲しいミキ君を選んだか。最近の彼女は以前とは見違えるほどやる気に満ちているぞ。
Wait, was she not motivated before?
まあ、生来のんびり屋な子だからね。だが、彼女ほど才能に恵まれた少女はなかなかいない。ミキ君はダンスレッスンスタジオでトレーニングをしているはずだ。迎えに行き、活動を開始してくれ。
Okay. I was told that the idol I was in charge of was in the dance studio.
このステップはこうかな。ワン、ツー、ワン、ツー。簡単なの。
Huh, that girl is the blonde shown in the picture. It must be the girl that I'm looking for. Oh, you!
ねえ、そこの人、今ミキに何か言った？
I wonder how I can tell her. Okay, I gotta go over something. This is a choice. We get to make choices during the game. Choices the effects of it. I'll explain a little bit more later. We want to get this right. We have three options. I was watching you dance, I called out, or I have no use. We want to go, I was watching you dance. I was watching you dance. You were dancing with a very good rhythm.
そうでしょ、そうでしょ。そこのファンの人、なかなか褒め上手だね。ミキのこと、もっと見てていいよ。それじゃあね。
Yes, I'm not a fan, but that... So I began first kind of with no dignity or humility. This is also a good opportunity. Let's check her skill here for a while. No, I couldn't continue to listen for 5 more hours after that. Maybe she is the #1 most talented idol in the office.
今日のレッスンはこれで終了なの。どこかで美味しいもの食べて帰ろうっと。
Thank you for your hard work. It was a great lesson.
誰だっけ？
Oh, I'm...
じー。あ、もしかして変態さん？こんなところまで侵入してきてずうずうしいの。
Yeah, no. I'm that...
問答無用なの。ていや
Ah!
ドって確か。
Oh, ta ta ta. I wonder why my head hurts. Oh, that's right. I was mistaken by a perv by Miki Hoshi. Terrible, I'm being treated as a pervert. Anyway, I still can't get up. Yeah? Eh?
あ、よかった。やっと起きたんだね。おはようございますなの。
What's going on?
ごめんね、プロデューサー。ミキ、変態さんと勘違いしちゃって、
No. I'm supposed to introduce myself. Wait, how did you know I'm a producer?
さっきプロデューサーがひっくり返った時、カードがこぼれたから、それでわかったの。
Card? Business card? Somehow It's not cool, I'm in love with you, or it's cool as our options. Probably do not want to say I'm in love with you. That's probably the worst thing you could say to an idol, especially the one you just met. It's cool would be acceptable in some areas, but it's not cool. It's not cool. You know, we talked properly for the first time. I couldn't even introduce myself properly.
そんなことないよ。プロデューサーがミキのレッスンずっと見てた時、すっごく目が真剣だったの。なんかちょっとかっこよかったよ。
Oh, well, I'd be happy if you could say that.
それにプロデューサーって結構大胆だし、ミキとは気が合うって思うな。
Am I bold?
それは、いやー、いくらミキでもちょっと言いにくいよ。
Miki did something that was hard to say to me?
プロデューサー、ミキね、プロデューサーとなら楽しくアイドルできそうなの。これからミキのこといろいろとよろしくお願いしますなの。
Oh, I may not be able to rely on you yet, but I'll definitely make you a top idol. I'm not sure what to make of Miki Hoshi. Miki Hoshi doesn't look like a normal idol. But that's what makes it worthwhile. Okay, I'll do it. Think about today's schedule, so wait a minute.
スケジュールってどうやって考えるの？ミキ、じーっと見ちゃおう。じー。はじめまして、プロデューサーさん。私はナムコプロで事務員をしている音無小鳥です。これからプロデューサーさんのお仕事を影からサポートしますので、よろしくお願いしますね。あ、私のことは小鳥さんでも小鳥姉さんでも小鳥ちゃんでも好きなように呼んでください。
Yes, thank you very much, Otonashi-san.
あ、音無さんですか。
Did I say something bad? I'm sorry.
いえ、いいんですよ。仲良くなるのはだんだんよね。
What is it now?
なんでもありません。さて、早速ですけど、一日の初めにはその日のスケジュールを決定してください。でも今日は初日ですから、初めてのお仕事とローカルレッスンをするようにと社長が言ってましたよ。
Business and a lesson?
あ、大丈夫ですよ。最初はよくわからなくても、詳しくはこの後私から説明しますから。
Well, let's start producing early, so why don't I decline the explanation? We can either listen to it, and I can explain it to you later, or we can turn it down. It's a big deal, but I'm going to try it for the time being, so I won't need an explanation.
そうですか？わかりました。では頑張ってくださいね、プロデューサーさん。
I'm going to ease you into this real nice and quick, like, this will be easy. Here's a map of Japan. You can see the 6 regions that we got the area split up into. The prefectures are in there, and then we go to cities. Right now we're in the capital region. That's where our cursor is hovering over. To the left, you can see we got 2 schedule blocks and 3 units of time.
We also have our cash and some data on the bottom left, which I'll go into more later because it's not important right now. At the upper right, we have our status, which shows our unit status, which right now is just Miki Hoshi. Our skills, which is vocal, dance, and visual. I'll go over that later too. Our memory level, which again, well, actually that's what we were trying to improve in that scene a little bit ago. We'll be improving a little later today. And to the right, something I'll explain once we have 3 people. We have to pick the following 2 things, which is a job and a lesson. The job is the top item, the lesson the bottom item. The lesson type is a vocal type. I will go into more in depth on this when we get to the time to do so. We've already gotten a lot to go through, so just work with me, just choose the 2 lessons. We can't do anything else right now. So yeah, we've already gone 50 minutes, we've gotten a lot of information. Let's just do what we have to do, and next week we'll continue and learn some more. We had to schedule this. You can see that the job has 2 units. So we used 2 of our 3. We have 1 left for this unit. That's going to cost us 100. We can remove it though if we don't want to do that, or we can replace something else, but we can't, so we're just going to go with both. This week will cost us $100 in money, but we'll probably get some back from the job. We've used 3 overtime units, or we've used both slots of our schedule. We are good. And that's how scheduling works. Of course, I'll get more in depth later on. Okay, that's it then. Miki, let's go to the first job together.
これがミキの今日のスケジュールなんだね。それじゃ行ってみよう。
Now let's work at the capillary, the home ground. Alright, Miki, our first business. Let's do our best. My first job with Miki is to say hello to a movie company. It'll be a tour of the movie production site and see that a director who has worked on many movies is shooting. An opportunity to sell our face and name. However, my only concern is if Miki can greet him.
映画の撮影現場なんてミキ初めてなの。なんかワクワクするね。
Hey Miki, we're going to the film set now, but can we say hello properly?
大丈夫なの。ミキ、学校でも日直とかやったことあるし、挨拶くらい平気なの。
Alright then, think of me as an elite movie director and say hello.
いいよ。はじめまして、星井美紀と言いますなの。今日ははじめましての挨拶に来たので、どうぞよろしくお願いします。なの。
This is... We got that's good, what language is it, or it's no good. This game does auto advance, I have no control over it, so we'll just have to keep going with it. I can pause if I need more time to explain stuff like this, I will be doing that throughout. We want to use that's good for this communication. It's pretty good, but I'm a little worried about the wording, but I'm excited and it's a passing score.
当然だよ。ミキは前からリツコさんたちに新しいプロデューサーが来た時、いきなりプロデュースを断られないように挨拶だけは覚えときなさいって言われて特訓してたの。
Is that so? A subtle piece of information, like an inspiring episode, but something that sticks out. Is Ritsuko seen her in the office? She seems like a stubborn person. Well, anyway, it seems that we can go say hello to the director.
プロデューサー、ミキの実力見ててね。
I'm not sure if greetings have anything to do with competence or not, but I guess I'll just leave it to Miki.
いろんなセットとか道具があるね。見てるだけで楽しいの。
Yeah, I'm sure it's exciting. I feel like I'm making something. Miki, that person over there is the director. Let's go say hello. Don't be rude.
もうプロデューサーは心配性すぎるの。大丈夫だってば。ミキ、何でも正直にハキハキ答えなさいって何度も言われたから、ちゃんと挨拶できるもん。
But to be honest, anything... Ahem, so who are you guys?
はじめ の名前は星井美希と言いますなの。
Wow, it's only started. Well, this is a wait and see. Miki Hoshi, the Alice contractor to come and say hello to today. Yes, I'm Mr. Gokuro.
ありがとうございますなの。
Miki's flowing greeting and director coming to see us just gives me a good feeling.
あのね、ミキ監督の作品全部見たんだよ。
Huh? Is that so? Thank you! Yeah, I'm sure you've done a good job as well by providing a good topic.
監督の作品って全部退屈だよね。ミキ、映画館で寝るときは監督の映画って決めてるの。
Oh yeah, the director's works are boring? Eh?
睡眠不足にバッチリだからお肌にいいって思うし、ミキ的にはみんなにおすすめできる作品だよ。
Gee? What the hell are you doing?
あれ、どうしたの監督。顔が揺れだこみたいに真っ赤になってるよ。
Well, Miki has to be honest with everything. I had to follow here. We had to make a quick choice. The choice we want to make is either one of these three. Director, are you angry? Director, please be angry with me. Or Director, I'm sorry. We definitely want to apologize for Miki. Director, if you get angry, then get angry with me. Miki's just straightforward and had no ill will. If anything goes wrong, it's my education as a producer. So if you get angry, please get angry at me.
プロデューサー。
Hey you, don't you get angry! More than that, a movie is good for your skin is an interesting phrase. I wonder if I can use it for something. You don't mind, do you? Yeah. Yes, of course. If you use it for anything. This world's a world of many lies. Honest feel like you are rare, but please do your best from now on.
わかりましたの。プロデューサー大成功だね。
Oh, you know, Director, please continue to take care of Miki. It was an unexpected turn of events, and our first job was a great success. It was a very hard-starting process. You can only succeed in your work if you bring out the best in Miki. Let's get this into our heads today. And that's a perfect communication. That means we get a little bit of our memory up. We have our first fan, which is actually kind of us, and we got money, which pays for what we're about to do. Next is the lesson. Are you ready, Miki? Come on, Miki. Let's start our first lesson as a team.
いよいよレッスンだね。今日は初めての共同作業なんだし、頑張って最後までしようね。
I'm a little concerned about the way you're talking, but I'll take care of it.
よーし、行ってみよう。
Well, before we start, let's check how to receive the lesson, or let's not, and I'll just explain in a second. So we'll skip the confirmation. I think we can manage. Anyway, let's do it.
お願いします。
Before we begin, let me explain what we're doing. Our score goes from bad to normal to good to perfect in the upper left-hand corner. Normal lessons will go for 45 seconds. This is for all of them. And please max it out for a bonus. This is the basis. Now for the vocal lesson itself. Notes will come down in the staff bar. When they reach the microphone, we have to hit the matching button, aka square, triangle, circle, and cross, which I may accidentally refer to as X, but it is cross, according to PlayStation. I'm probably going to stick with X because it's a lot quicker for me to remember. L1 and R1 speeds the pace up. Misses will cost you some time, but if you complete sets, the clock will stop for a little bit as the owl celebrates with a little bit of a happy look. And with that, let's go off to the races. Alright. X, X, square, 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 square. Very easy.
いい感じ。
Quick, easy, done. I love it. Circle, X, 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 X. Alright. We're in normal. That's good. We want to get higher, though. We want perfects. Perfects are better than anything. Triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle. Very easy one.
この調子で行ってみよう。
I do speed it up a little bit so we can get the notes there a little quicker to maybe edge out perfect, but 2 circles, triangle, circle, circle, triangle, circle. We're now in good. 20 seconds left, halfway through about. Yeah, we're probably not going to get the bonus, but perfect is going to be good. Triangle, square, X, X, square, X, square, triangle. Alright, doing good. Okay. Square, square, triangle, 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 square, square, triangle. Guess I just rushed through it. We got perfect. We're at least good for this lesson. Can we get a bonus? Go over the bonus with 8 seconds left. Triangle, triangle, square, triangle, circle, circle, triangle, triangle, triangle. Just not enough. I'm like 1 note off. Well, no bonus, but I'll take the perfect. For first lesson, that was pretty good. Always take perfect lessons in communications. It helps. Hey, our image level went up. I'll explain that a little later what those things mean. Alright, the first lesson went pretty well. How was it, Miki? Miki herself is surprised at how much she's grown. That's a good start. This time was perfect. Next time I'll go in this condition. This is the end of the first day, Miki. Thank you for your patience today. We did our best. It's nice of you to say so, but when we need to rest well. From now on, we'll be together, so it's no use rushing ahead, right? I only met you for the first time today. You can't propose to me. It means idols and producers getting along and working hard together. Anyway, this is the end of today's activity. Finally, do keep in mind if you have something, don't hesitate to ask. Let's keep working hard to become top idol, Miki. The 10th first day is over. However, next week, the 10th second week will be. Don't be distracted, let's go.
初日から遅くまでご苦労様。今日の仕事はすべて終了したようだね。
Yeah, something about going home soon.
しっかり英気を養って、また来週も頑張ってくれたまえ。
Yes, excuse me, President.
それではご苦労。
Here we go.
社長、純一郎前社長から絵はがきが。プロデューサーさん、お疲れ様です。
Picture postcard. Former President Junshiro? What's the story? I'm curious. I could ask a question. It seems that it's not too late to go home. Or I can wait till week 4. Alright, here's the choices. We're gonna say hello and go home. Let's say hello and go home. I have to go home early and prepare for next week. Thank you for your hard work, Otanashi-san. Please excuse me.
また来週もよろしくお願いします。
Hey, I got an email. I'm not going to translate this because it's usually just stuff that's recapped or it's something I can sum up easier. So if I do have one, I will bring it up. But this is the end of the first day of the first week. And I'm going to close this diary entry with a little bit of a infograph here. Each girl is actually quite different from each other. And this bar graph kind of proves it. As you can see, each girl has a different stat that they're good with. And none of them are pretty, well, I would say balanced. There's no real equal aisle. Everyone has one standout talent. Some are better than others, some are harder than others, and some are easier. And you see, Chihaya has the highest vocal stat and has a pretty high stat base overall. So if you're going to do a first run for a true ending, you might want to put her in your team. Now these stats do get added onto your unit's visual, dance, and vocal. It's always what your unit will be good with later on. I did put a bar graph showing the total starting potential. Like Chihaya has a very good potential being in the 70s about. Especially with her 30, 20, and probably close to, I think it's 19 or 20. It is summed up there. Yeah, it's 71. 30, 21, and 20. But you can see that if you really want to challenge, or you really want to bounce out, you might put Yayoi on the team as well. Yayoi having the lowest stats of 14, 19, and 15, giving her a 49 overall. These are their stats according to the game at the start when we were looking through their profiles. Now, their stats do go from 30 to 14. And these are the only 9 girls that have stats in the game, technically, because the other 4 do have stats, but they're not really used for us. It's completely different when we do the extra episodes. But you can see that, yeah, playing a team takes more than just picking 3 girls you like. With Miki, do I really want to pick someone like Chihaya, who has a low visual but a high vocal, and work off vocal and visual? Or would I be better with vocal and dance? 50, 38, and 45. That's not bad. And then adding there could choose which person we go with. Or do we go with Yayoi, who can bounce out vocal and rely on the 2? Or do we just work visual and take Yukio and Takane? Or Makoto and Yukio? Or Chihaya and Makoto you get the idea. Team building early on is a planned thing that when you're starting a new game plus you want to do. So with that, I'm closing this entry. Next week, we'll probably pick 2 new characters and start on week 2. I hope you guys have fun, and I'll see you on the next one. See you then.